Let's compare differences in the waveform capture rate between the Rigol 7000 series and Tektronix MDO3000 series 500 MHz oscilloscopes. Both are recently calibrated. The Tektronix today is running software version 1.26. Here we are using fast stack mode on the 10 nanosecond per division scale, looking at a 50 MHz square wave. We're going to measure the waveform capture rate with the same counter we'll use on the Rigol. It's shown here overlaid on the display. Fast stack mode requires a lot of waveforms, but does not allow you the flexibility to add measurements or analysis. To zoom, measure, or use the math function, fast stack must first be turned off. As soon as you do that, you drop down to about 2400 waveforms per second. Now we can do things like turn the math on, add some measurements, and now that we can analyze the signal, let's go ahead and change that over to channel 1. Now we're running at about less than 2,000 captures per second, about 1,600. On the Rigol, with the same settings and signal, we've also added a frequency counter to capture directly the waveforms per second rate from the trigger out and the external trigger input. So with that frequency counter on, we can see we're measuring about 680,000 waveforms per second to start with. Now we can add some analysis features, like take all the measurements on channel 1. We can turn on an FFT of that channel, measure that as well. We can then go ahead and let's do a parallel bus decode on that square wave, capturing the data and measuring the data bits. So with all these analysis features on, the Rigol still operates at a very high 680,000 waveforms per second capture rate.